And here we are again for day 3 of the brutal survival on Europa with me, 54 Bear. Picking up exactly where we left off. I will try and get a GPS cartridge because that will save my life. I mean, I get lost everywhere, so having this will undoubtedly save my bacon. Right, turn that off, save whatever power we can. Now, let's see, what do I have in there at the moment? Atmo analyzer and no battery. Right, let's move this over to here. Right, my battery situation is kind of dire. Right, I don't need the Atmo. You know what, I shall just dump a few things that I don't actually need to be carting around with me. I don't need the silver either. Okay, so how are we doing with this one? 47. Well, that's better than the 72 I have in my suit. So I'll grab this one for up here. Grab this one for in here. And see, where are we? We are at 1611. I'm going to pause the game, grab a pen and piece of paper, and write that down, because I will forget. So 16 and 11. The Y coordinate is your altitude. Apparently it makes sense for people that understand proper graphical notation thingamies. For me, I would have thought X, Y would have been on the horizontal and Z would have been altitude, but no, 16 and 11 are the numbers that we need. Right, so that gives me that. I can put that in here. Still have it open for this one. I don't have a battery in there. Now I'm not making anything, so I will just... Oh, where'd it go? Oh, that one has nothing in it. Right, so I will charge those up and we will go mining. I don't have to worry about a storm for a few days. I want coal because I have the coal generator. So, oh, actually I should pick up whatever I can find as I find it. Yeah, you really have to get your mining done during the day. And in the early stages, it's all about managing your battery as best as you can. Once we're a few days in and we have the basics sorted, then we can have a few larger station batteries and we can be running around with a helmet light on all the time, which is good news for me, because once I actually save and reload the game, I will have access to my headlight mod. For some reason it does not work when you first launch the game. You actually have to save it. No. I should go up, see if we can actually see anything. Alright, silicon up there. Yes, we will need more of that for sure. Yeah, can't see a thing. Don't want too much of it, but glass is kind of expensive. It's 2 silicon per sheet, and I do like the idea of making my bases with as much glass as possible. I think if, well, for me it's a personal choice. I like it. I think the devs did a wonderful job of making the views really quite spectacular. And now I've run out of battery in this. Okay. Well, hopefully we'll be able to swap back. But yeah, the devs did a great job, I think, of making the vistas quite scenic and attractive to look at. So I like to look at them. And I would imagine well, at least from my preference as a YouTube viewer, because I watch lots of people's videos, I like to be able to see stuff. And, just having a bunch of plain walls, you don't know whether you're... Well, the only planet you can ever tell that you're on is Venus because of the way the light casts. But yeah, I like to be able to see outside. Which is kind of weird because the office that I'm sitting in at the moment, where I used to work and now just play games, is in a basement with no windows. Can't tell if there was anything there or not. What's that? No, more silicon. Yeah, kind of okay for silicon, I think. Oh, I'm heading back towards the base. Right, well, I've got enough volatiles and oxide for a few more firings of the furnace without major problem. But yeah, this mining at night without a headlight is not fun. I mean, literally, you have to trip over stuff in order to be able to see it. Jesus, more silicon. Which is weird, one of the playthroughs I did, silicon was almost the hardest one to find. And I'm out of flare again. Well, that's better. I wonder why I was getting such a horrible illumination before. What's that? Oxide. I'll grab a bit. Why not? If there was a GPS tracker on me and someone was actually recording where I went, it'd be like a drunk ant. Have no need for nitrice. Sometimes you get lucky on side of mountains, not today. What's that? Nitrice. Well, good news is we got some coal, so we have this solid generator. Iron, excellent. So we'll be able to solve the short-term power problems. And we have some steel, and I think with the resources we have, we can maybe get the station battery and hopefully a couple of suit batteries. That's a big step. In fact, I'd even suggest that having the suit batteries might be more important than the station battery at this stage. Purely because we do a lot of stuff at night, and being able to see what you're doing is kind of important. Like that. I mean, there's probably lots of ore sticking out of the ground. I just can't see it. Yeah. We do have enough silicon for now. What was that? Coal? Well, yeah, I'll always grab coal when I see it. Oh, nitrous. Don't even want it in my inventory. Okay, well, it won't be too far from sunlight, so this may be, because I started late in the day, this one may go on to another one. Okay, let's get another flare lit. It's almost like the flare gets darker the longer it burns. I'm sure that's not the case. Oh, gold, alright. I'll definitely grab a load of that. Would really like to have got more iron and copper though. Well, copper especially. Well, copper is one of the ones that is almost impossible to see at night. At least like this. I mean, maybe I should have stopped the game, like completely unloaded, got back in so that I could use the headlight mod or have it activated. It's a great mod. It really does make a difference. I mean, the other one that I really like using is the render changer, although I was looking at the beta patch notes today. Apparently in beta they are seriously boosting the render distance. They're giving you or they're changing the slider values or something, so the net effect is you'll be able to see for further than 100 meters, or see things at more than 100 meters. So that's another mod I will have to uninstall in order to do it once the fix drops from beta to stable. Right. Oops. I think I just fell in the hole I just dug. I've got no idea where I am. Am I on the side of a mountain? Jeez. Yeah, it must have been. Yeah, more silicon. It's probably the same lump of silicon I've run past like half a dozen times. Alright, so we'll might get a little flash of the first sunrise just before the sun goes behind Jupiter. One of the reasons why it's given such crap illumination, I hadn't put it in the pocket. That was probably the mistake I made before as well. Sometimes you get so focused on what you're doing, you ignore the stupid stuff. Like when I was watching one of my earlier videos on, I think it was actually on Europa, although it could have been the Mimas ones. I was running around like crazy looking for my drill, and it was actually in my hand. It was stupefying watching that. I'm thinking, how stupid do you have to be to not notice that you're carrying the thing in your hand that you were looking for? that's silicon, isn't it? Yes. But all I can say in my own defense is it is a lot harder to play the game and narrate it at the same time. I mean, I can see why some people do their normal gameplay and then they put a voice track afterwards explaining what they're doing, and I can see why they do that. I know Elmo does that, and his videos are fantastic, and you know, he's a tremendous stationeer, and there's put a few other good mods in as well. I think the network painter is his. I think he's also done one for the what used to be the Meson scanner, it's now called, I think, the T-Ray scanner, where you can see through walls and see the pipes and stuff. I mean, it's truly fantastic stuff. And you know, his videos are wonderful. Unfortunately, he doesn't make that many anymore, which is a shame because his content was always really, really good. Alright, we definitely want more gold.
Power critical.
Alright, so I will put that in there, and hopefully we will make it back to base in time. Now I'm hoping, with everything turned off and those wind turbines we have, that the battery will be fully charged by the time we get back there. So we will have, there we go, sunlight. And there's copper. Excellent stuff. Yeah, he did a video on P controllers, and you know, it was amazing the stuff you can learn. If I think about it, or if I remember, I will put a link to it in the doobly-doo down below. And he also did a chipless automatic advanced furnace which controls temperature and pressure. And you need a lot of chips, but you know, it's like, oh wow, I didn't know you could do that. It was fascinating stuff. So if you haven't already, check out his channel and subscribe, because he may not be producing much, but even the old stuff is still relevant and very, very useful. All right. What else am I going to want? Lead would be nice. I haven't seen any yet.
Power low.
All right, I really ought to think about getting back now. So let's see. According to my written notes, 16 and 11. And of course I took the battery out of this, didn't I? I'll swap it with the mining drill because I'm not going to be using both at the same time. So, jetpack. That's the wrong direction in X. And that's the wrong direction in Z. So, both of them approaching sort of zero, but we're more over that way, I think. And there's probably a mathematical way of working it out. I'm not good at math. Right, so the Z we're already on, so this way. And there it is. Right. What would I like to get more of if I see it on the way?
Power critical.
Yeah, not really going to have time for that. Oh damn, I left the arc furnace on. Alright, well at least I can get that done. And I can put this into charge in here. Okay, I will need to make a decision now as to whether we go with suit batteries or the big one. I think I should pick up the rest of my ingots, throw them in there and see what we have. Alright, so battery. Don't have enough gold. This might be hot enough for gold. Let's throw 3 in and find out. Nope. Okay, I don't fancy my chances of trying to warm up that much gas. So, and of course until I have a pipe bender I can't make a vent. So maybe we're going to have to do the pipe bender thing. And for that I need iron and gold. Do I have enough of them? Just. Close that, put those back in here. Right, so pipe bender I think will live opposite. And the solid generator, yes. Where am I going to put that? Well, there seems to be the most logical place. Let's take my one remaining frame, put that down there. Oop. Right, the solid generator can actually live on it, but I'll put the solid generator there,
Power low.
which is a little counterintuitive. In fact, I'll put it like that. But that will give me the ability to fill it and turn it on from inside, because there will be, eventually I'll put a wall across this seam here. Strictly speaking, I don't even know if it needed the frame under it, but I don't like things hanging in the air. I think they look a little daft, to be honest. How are we doing power-wise? That's at 7, that's at 31. Right, let's get the power tools open again. Drop that in there. That should get us over the hump. Alright, so end of day 3. Not quite as far along as I would have hoped, but we're hanging in there. So I will leave it here. Thanks for watching. Hope you found something useful and of interest, or at the very least mildly amusing, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Catch you later. 54 Bear out.